Chaos. Hope everyone is doing well. This is the finals between Scribe99 and King Raph. Chaos, can you bring up the spreadsheet? Let us know what teams are available for both players here.
Sure. King Raph has Detroit, Buffalo, Vancouver, LA Kings, and Toronto available. And Scribe has Buffalo, Vancouver, Montreal, Calgary, and Dallas.
So in this matchup, we got Dallas and Vancouver. What does Scribe have to do to deal with the speed on the ice?
What do you think, AJ?
I think he's going to have to find a way to control the puck really for most of this game, or at least find a way to slow down Vancouver skating in the neutral zone. And he's got the right team to kind of get in Vancouver's face, because Dallas also has plenty of speed, and their defense can do just enough CB checking to slow down lightweight forwards like Bure and Ronning. And if Modano and Courtnall are hitting the net, they can blow it past McLean. So this is not a totally lost cause in this matchup for Scribe, but it's a big ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the two teams left for Raph that are the most dangerous with him are Vancouver and Buffalo.
Well, we're rocking and rolling here.
Right away, Raph going with Vancouver.
So Courtnall on Courtnall crime, maybe. Tenorti knocked over by Light Bure. Tenorti gets the rebound back, and now Russ Courtnall getting stalked by Bure. Lets it go. The shot gets deflected. Jeff Courtnall unable to handle it there. And Madonna puts a shot on net. The putback by Courtnall is there after. It took two of them. And it's 1-0 Scribe.
Scribe making it happen off a rebound opportunity. Madonna hit the net, created some havoc, and second, third whack, finally Russ Courtnall, not Jeff, with the first goal of the game.
Yeah, you got to get those dirty goals.
Now, just real quick here, Chaos. Your mic is quieter than Angry Jay's, and because we're coming in on the same service, if you're able to get closer to it or turn the level up on it, that'll help. But other than that, you guys both sound great. And back to the action here. And there's a shot on net to Tenorti now the other way. Madonna intercepted by Lume. Bure lets a floater go to the stick side, and it's 1-1 tied up here. King Raph, a nice goal.
Yeah, just a missed check there by Madonna, and Bure was able to slip free of that check by Madonna and caught the conventional floater.
1-1 here as Madonna gets the face-off win. Looking for an option and can't hit Brodin on that centering pass. This is him on the wing and tries to go for that same goal does King Raph with Pavel Bure. Madonna getting stock taken out for the period, thankfully not for the game for Scribe.
Yeah, if he had lost Madonna for the entire game, they would have changed the complexion of this matchup completely. He would have had no real obvious center and not a good option against Dallas. Otherwise, against Vancouver, because Dallas just loses all their speed once you get past their top two players. And looks like Raph's going into Uncle Seth mode, stubbing his guys around.
All right, so penalty kill time for Vancouver. Jyrki Lume gets poke checked by Neil Broughton. And looks like Technical DPS is requesting the radio version, so I'm going to get talky with this. Mark Tenorti. Tenorti looking for the zone, takes the zone. 1-on-3, and now gets a deflection. Ronning is intercepted by Sodin. And there's a Gagne pass to Broughton. Shot on net, turned away by McLean. Poke check near the center ice. And a pass shot on net. Turned away by, is it John Casey in net there?
That's correct.
All right, so we've got Broughton beats Courtnall. Taken down, so Broughton, the weight bugger now out for period. Luckily, only 6 seconds remaining here. And we'll have a face-off in the Vancouver zone. Jyrki Lume doing the dirty deed.
Yeah, good trade-off there for Scribe to get the power play for that.
Nice quick shot attempt at the buzzer, but not enough. And now time to put players back where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, you got to say that's a win for Scribe. Game still tied, and he gets Madonna back.
Now let's hope they remember to go to the stat screen. I asked them to do that. Maybe they. Oh, I guess the period isn't technically over. It hasn't transitioned yet. Oh, they didn't do it.
They got a head faked.
Oh, boo. Well, it gives us more time to break everything down. But we got 5 games to get through tonight, guys. And just to reiterate, it's all about the goal differential. So we don't care so much who wins the games, although that is the ultimate tiebreaker if there was a tie, the number of games won. Cross crease cheese did not work, but Bure gets it back. So Dean with the poke check. Now Tenorti has it, feeding it up to Madano, and passes it immediately to Courtnall on the wing, but he loses it to Bure to Ronning. Ronning taken down by Sodin. Sodin now into the zone, taken down by Bure. Madano scoops it up, puts a shot on net, it bounces off, and now picked up by Lidster. Lister feeds it to Bure. Bure left a shot up, and now Courtnall with a breakaway. Lister gets there in a hurry, takes him down on the boards. Breakaway to Bure. Beautiful deke, held him center, and came back short side. It's 2-1.
Bure just too fast on that deke. Really tough to get manual goalie control as you're trying to chase Bure down with the defenseman. And Raph's just not going to make a mistake with that one.
Yeah, that's just too easy with Bure.
So Dean putting good pressure on, taking away some angles, has made this really tight so far. This should be a blowout matchup. And now we've got Ronning with a pass shot attempt. Nice manual goaltending by Scribe. And Tenorti, great CB check. Neil Broughton tries to feed Madano in the crease. Unable to put it past. Indio saying huge save, I agree. Jyrki Lumi now up to Bure, takes the zone, and the pass shot, and he takes the 3-1 lead. It's a hat trick for Pavel Bure.
Yeah, kind of tough to make a second save of a similar incredible fashion that Scribe had just a minute before. Just a nasty backhand pass shot. And this game's starting to get away from Dallas. They're not possessing the puck at all.
Quick one-timer near the crease. Madano is turned away by McLean. So Dean to Courtnall to Broughton. One-timer and a goal to the left wing. Russ Courtnall, excuse me, assisted by Neil Broughton. It's 3-2. And we got quiet all of a sudden. Just making sure you guys can see what's going on. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I'm excited for these two. This is fun.
Courtnall, he's always flying all over the place. Never expect him to be in the middle on the spot to take a one-timer.
And time taken away here. Casey freezing the puck. And we're going to see some more line maneuvering here by Dallas. And
I mean, I'd have to say, if Scribe can get out of this game with eking out a 1-goal victory or even a 1-goal loss, I think it's a win for him because Raph is really dangerous with Vancouver, with a team like Vancouver.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point. And it's not so much about winning the battle here. It's about winning the war. And, this is Scribe's weakest team, and Raph's using one of his tier 1s. And, yeah, just keeping it close, that's a win right here.
so it looks like Cliff Ronning going to the box. We have 4-on-4 time. Courtnall chasing it down, and that'll be icing on Vancouver. Tenorti taken down by Bure. Sodin getting in the way. Courtnall intercepts it, but he clears the puck accidentally, trying to get some speed there. Jyrki Lumi takes the McLean pass on the wing. Taken down, Sodin scoops it up. Avoids Bure, takes the zone. Oregon's trying to get him going. Lume picks up the loose puck. Broughton puts one on net immediately, and the putback by Courtnall. And another one-timer to Courtnall, but McLean has been there every time. Now Bure scoops it up the other way. Tenorti getting in the way, getting harassment from additional Dallas players, and taking it out of the zone back into the zone. Bure to Lume, to losing the puck, and now Broughton cross center ice, dangling around center ice. Bounces off of Ronning, who is out of the box. 7-on-7 crime. One-timer feed, misses the, pipes it, does Madonna, wide open net, could not hit it. Shot accuracy took that one away from him for sure.
That's the Modano special. Every once in a while you see one of those.
Shot on net from, was Lidster, and turned away. And now we got Russ Courtnall, the breakaway, and he is out for the period. He crushed into the goalie, and there will not be a penalty for that.
Could Scribe be getting any unluckier on these last two opportunities? The tap in, the puck was too good to go to its home, and now Courtnall just wiping himself out on McLean. No penalty, as you just mentioned. No goal because he had the deke. Even if he had just fallen down and not been injured, that puck would have trickled in most likely.
Those are 2 missed goals by Dallas right there. They could be leading this game right now.
And coast to coast, Pavel Bure, 4th goal. Lume's 3rd apple. It's 4-2. Might be all she wrote. Losing the speed there with Courtnall off the ice. You could feel it.
Yeah, just a really tough break for Scribe. I mean, this 3rd period not going to plan, and still a little bit more time here, and loses another guy.
And there goes Broughton. 7-on-7 crime.
4 injuries. 4 injuries for Dallas this game.
Yeah.
What ROM are they playing with?
4 injuries.
Broughton twice, right? He was injured in the first.
Absolutely, yeah. He was injured for 7 seconds in the first, and now the last 30 or so seconds here in this 3rd. So he's not missing a lot of time, but he's certainly brittle.
Well, here we go, 4-on-2. Or excuse me, 4-2 is the score. And we got 4-on-5 skating here. Dallas on the power play. Well, you got to get down and get in the ice now, in the goal now. And it's stick checked away. And you just don't want to give up a goal here now for Scribe. Turns, and the putback, and that is just terrible for Scribe here, giving up the 5th goal to Bure in the last 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah, you have to wonder what's going through Scribe's mind there. You can see him pushing for the goal, and it comes back to burn him. And what looked like a win for him turns out to be a little bit of a mountain for him to overcome now.
I look like Brent Gilchrist wanted to be the hero of that game at the end. Didn't look at the scoreboard. King Raff takes the game 5-2. And we're going to go to the, hopefully the player stats, game stats. Okay, so there's the info. Digest it. We've been wanting to give it to you, but guys, we're in and out of these streams so fast with the number of games we've had to cover. But pretty telling there. A lot of power play minutes there for Dallas, but could not finish the task. And it's a Bure show for King Raff.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
a real shame for Scribe. It was 3-2. I mean, he could have played pretty much keep away, and it would have been a victory for him. And you see Raff was all dekes that game, dekes and pass shots. Zero one-timer attempts for Vancouver.
Exactly, it's kind of how Vancouver is. They're not much of a one-timer team, and Raff utilized their skills to the maximum there, especially late in that 3rd period. Just, as soon as you extend yourself with Dallas against Vancouver, you put yourself in a tough spot, because Scribe was doing a really good job of just kind of limiting Raff's chances, keeping him to the periphery. And then once that fell apart in the 3rd, the score bore that out.
By the way, can you guys update the score for us in the spreadsheet as we're waiting for the information for the game 2?
Yeah, I got it.
Here.
You got it? Okay. Yeah, like AJ said in the beginning of the game, Dallas is probably the weakest team left for Scribe. So, he got it out of the way. It's a shame because he could have walked away with a -1 goal differential. And, in that last minute, he let up 2 goals.
I would argue there were some opportunities there. We could have been looking at overtime. He could have won that game.
He could have won that game. He missed Modano and Courtnall. Those are 2 goals. 2 goals.
So just waiting on the next details for Scribe and King Raff, so we know who is what team.
What I'm noticing about Raff's lineup is he only has 2 teams with worthwhile goalies. So there's still some opportunity here for Scribe with Buffalo, Vancouver, Calgary. If he can get a couple of those matchups against those weaker goalies, there's a lot of goals left in the series, I think. So can't count him out yet. He's still got plenty of good teams. It isn't like he's scraped his way in and has a bunch of weak teams have issues scoring. I mean, there's some good matchups here to be had, and it looks like we got.
So we're gonna have Raph at home with the Kings, and then Scribe's gonna take Vancouver over.
Yeah, so I mean, this is one of the teams with a weak goalie, Rudy, on the Kings. The problem is, you know, you got Vancouver. I don't know how Scribe is with Vancouver, but LA's got plenty of shot. He's got Sandstrom and Robitaille. 5-5 and a 4-6 shot. So
they're right into it. It's all about the Sandstorm, right?
Yeah.
Can you get him going? So offensive pressure early for LA. King Raph with a one-timer to Sandstrom. McLean is there. Taken down by Robitaille after the rebound. The great one cannot put it in the net. I've seen a lot of that today. And now we're on the back of the net. We have Pavel Bure, and he completely misses the net and sends it to a fan. All tied up here.
A bit outside.
Let me fix this light.
You're going to start looking like Jesus there, Chaos.
Oh, look who's next to me.
Oh, we got the EA special attempt. Scribe unable to drive it home. Or excuse me, Raph rather. And now we've got Zhitnik up to the great one, taken down against the boards, back to Zhitnik. And a nice floater goal, stick side against McLean. And it's 1-0. Zhitnik assisted by Gretzky, who is still picking his teeth off the ice.
Slippery Zhitnik just wheeling his way through that defense and looking like one of the top forwards for LA instead of the defenseman. Great finish.
It sounds like maybe a Russian Gretzky stripper name. I'd like to welcome to the stage Slippery Zhitnik.
Yeah, he's lighting it up here. He's in the right city for that type of name, and Gretzky now getting into the scoreboard.
When you do a one-timer, anyone can shoot the puck in this game. It's 2-0 in favor of King Raph.
And you can see right away King Raph changing his strategy completely. He's doing more one-timers. He's a little bit more patient with his zone entries, EA specials, a little less dekes, even though his first goal was a deke. He's already playing to his team, so Scribe's gonna have to be on his toes here and change up and react.
And that's what the best players do. They change their tactics depending on the team's strengths, and we're seeing it right here.
Well, McLean deciding to vacate the net entirely. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See if it works out for him.
Yes, Sandstrom just barreled right into him, and no interference call there by Kerry Fraser tonight here in LA. He's just letting him play.
So Blake to Gretzky, intercepted by, oh, help me out, number 3 again, Lidster. And Zhitnik has a goal already, and now Courtnall, and there's a scrum, and then ends a period 3-0 here in favor of King Raph, and my goodness, Scribe behind the 8 ball already.
Yeah, those stats bear out what it looked like on the ice. Just Los Angeles, making their plays on offense and creating all sorts of problems when Vancouver actually did manage to get their hands on the puck.
Yeah, you can see Vancouver 0 shots that period.
Unbelievable. And Bure fights his way. He's got a chance and goes glove side, pipes it. Now Gretzky the other way. He's got a breakaway, tries to pass shoot it. And Robitaille gets the rebound. Zhitnik now. And a one-timer to the great one. Stopped by McLean, stick side. Bure puts it right on Rudy. And the one-timer wide of the net goes Robitaille, but now another breakaway opportunity for Bure. Nice manual goaltending by Raph. Handling the speed of Bure. Portal picks up the loose puck. Cliff Ronning against the boards. Not sure what, maybe it was a pass shot possibly attempt.
Yeah, pass shot.
Yeah. Errant pass shot.
And the one-timer in the crease to Luke Robitaille, assisted by Sandstrom and Alexei Zhitnik. It's 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, Scribe really needs to use Vancouver's strength here, and that's speed. he should be able to pretty much outskate everyone except for maybe Gretzky. But he's got to take those fast breaks, and he's got to score on them, and he's just not scoring on them right now.
Really nice manual goaltending there with McLean. And now here's Bure loose. And he misses it. Can't get the putback. Ronnie can't get it either. And Rudy's back in position. Here's Sandstrom against Lume. And a slapper off the pipe. That could have been 5-0 right there. Sandstrom now the other way, taken down by Lidster. Lidster, loose puck. Robitaille has it now. On the wing to Gretzky. Intercepted by Bure. Takes a zone 1-on-3, 1-on-2, and cannot get the shot off the stick. Ronning had it. He was behind Rudy. And no go. Just a lot of chances, as you mentioned. He can't drive it home.
Yeah, not a lot of finishing here on Scribe's part. It's just been some bad luck and some bad timing, and now salt in the wound. This was a better period overall. He's looks like he's trading punches at this point, and the game's opening up, which means he could possibly get some of this disadvantage he's at. He's -8 right now. He can get some of that back here, but he's just not converting.
Yeah, if I wasn't looking at the score, I'd say Scribe won that period. He had way more scoring chances. He couldn't bury any of them.
So we did see there at the end of the period, just for those that are listening only, that Robitaille did get a hat trick there with 2 seconds remaining. And now we have a 5-0 game here in the third period, as we mentioned earlier. Scribe now down -8 in the differential out of 5 total games to be played.
At the end of that period, Robitaille also missed an open net before he scored his last goal. So, sometimes that happens with a guy with 100% accuracy.
Indeed.
I can think of one name that'll tell you about all the recent Robitaille misses in the community. Tickinus, if he's out there watching, recently had a draft season with Robitaille. Did not go to plan.
Face-off tried to feed Gretzky for a one-timer right in the slot there, and couldn't make that work. And now we got a check from behind on Sandstrom. They are letting them play today. My goodness. Have we seen a penalty yet?
No injuries either, right?
Wow, what a different game. Oh, the pass shot. Are you kidding me? Was that a slapper?
That's a 5-hole slapper from way downtown.
Oh, my God. Sandstrom, you man. I feel so inadequate. 6-0.
Just raw power, and with a clear lane like that, you always got a chance, and Rapp took it and was rewarded.
And McLean is stuck or something.
Goalie lock on the delayed penalty.
Yeah, he was trying to get to the bench, but the coach was telling him, get back in. We're not putting in Kay Whitmore.
All right, I got to get a different light.
No one cares about the light. We got a 6-0 game. I guess is that one you're like, we have 6-0. We're going to go ahead and handle the lighting. EA special attempt and picked up now. He's got Marty McSorley. I want to see him get a slashing penalty or something. Lume taken down by the great one. Lume picks it up after the bounce off of McLean. Courtnall is checked. Rudy. A lot of carnage behind the net behind Rudy. McSorley passes it up to Sandstrom and puts a shot right on McLean. Delayed penalty on LA. 35 seconds remaining here as we wait for the penalty call. And Chaos is breaking everything in his house right now.
No, this is the hotel room.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's even better.
Like a rock star.
Like, do you know who I am? I run this shit.
They didn't know they rented out a room to a guy named Chaos.
Oh, man. Badoom. Oh, 6-0. Scribe in the hole. Gotta forget about it and just try to get some traction in this next game.
Certainly, I think that's the approach he's got to take. Just throw this one in the trash can. I mean, you threw your best shot at it. Had some really bad breaks, and after that first period, it looked like it could have been, insert your number of how bad it could have been. He minimized the damage, really. It was only 6-0 when everything really kind of went wrong for him. So he's still got plenty of good teams. I mean, but But King Raph here is looking really good. He's going to have to really step up his game to match Raph's level at this point.
All right, we're going to wait on the next matchup here.
So Raph's got Detroit, Buffalo, Toronto left. Scribe has Buffalo, Montreal, Calgary. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Raph just goes with Buffalo and leaves Toronto till the end to just make that lead as insurmountable as he possibly can before Toronto even sees the light of day. And if you're Scribe, you just got to start throwing. I don't know who's picking first or who's picking second. Do you know, Troy?
Well, what happens is once the first coin toss happens, it's just back, forth, alternating games.
Right, but they can choose between player 1 and player 2 still, so you don't know who's picking their team first. You know who's picking their...
I don't. They're just going to let me know what the teams are. So Buffalo, Scribe is away, Montreal.
Okay.
Yeah, they swapped it because Scribe was home for 2 games in a row. So someone must have chose, the second coin flip. Someone chose home.
And okay, so we got the Sabres.
So Raph, going with what I thought he might, just his number 1 A+ team. Pass shots galore, dekes, one-timers. He's going to have it all working here with Buffalo. And luckily, Scribe has Montreal. Can probably do a pretty good job of limiting a lot of what Buffalo wants to do.
And we see King Raph. I've picked first each game so far. So he's confirming that in chat.
Okay. He's looking to get the Sabre dance going here at home with Buffalo. Just trying to continue to annoy Scribe tonight.
Well, we'll see if Watt can turn away some things. The pass shot is a tremendous weapon. And, of course, McGillney. We'll see what Raph decides to do lineup-wise with Buffalo. You know, is he going to roll with Howard Suck? Or is he going to go with someone else?
No, he's a Howard Chuck guy. He's got agility and passing. I mean, he doesn't really care about his shot rating at all. He's not going to really use him as a shooter.
Yeah, I think this is a tough matchup because...
Oh, Slapper LeBeau unassisted off the face-off. Scribe doesn't give a shit who he's playing against. I'm taking that goal. That's a good momentum starter. We'll see if anything comes of it.
I mean, Scribe has to score goals, right? You know, I'd probably go with Buffalo. I would have probably went Buffalo.
McGillney with the turnaround floater, taking Scribe's manual goalie, using it against him. It's 1-1.
Yeah, tough giveaway there by Scribe. And as soon as he gets a foothold and gets a little bit of a nice goal on his part, just hands it right back, unfortunately.
Trojan here with AJ and Chaos. This is game 3 out of 5 in the NHL94 inaugural one Hustler tournament. Adapted format thanks to Thule from the Tech with Super Bowl community, as we see Vincent Dompu spend 2 minutes at the box for doing something sassy. And let's see, we have a power play for Buffalo. Doug Bodger to Howard Chuck, puts a shot on net, turned away. JJ Daignault loses it, picked up by Dennis Savard. Savard checked to the boards by McGillney, and a lot of traffic there. Desjardins has it, loses it to Swoboda. JJ Daignault and the short side Deke beating stick side Patrick Waugh with McGillney, assisted by Swoboda. It's 2-1.
Too much space for McGillney. You can't let him get that type of an angle with all that speed. It's just almost impossible to slow down no matter what you try to do.
And traffic around the net, and now Pat LaFontaine the other way. LaFontaine looking for an alley. Poke check taken away by Daignault. And the pass is not on target. Dompus can't handle it. Desjardins now does. Daignault now taking it. The defenders are in deep. Got to be careful about McGillney coming the other way on you. And now here comes Howard Chuck the other way. Pass shot right on stick side of Waugh. Passes it to Desjardins to Dompus. Dangerously near the boards. Gets crushed. And now McGillney feeds it up to Swoboda, who takes it into the zone. And has 2 skaters near the net, but puts it right on Waugh in the crease. And turns it away. Savard. And he does a spinorama and then beats Fuhr, glove side.
That was
It's
a
2-2.
really nice goal.
Yeah,
Spinorama, good play.
definitely, that's Savard's calling card in real life as well, and accurately portrayed here in '94.
A lot of checking going on. Howardchuk gets poke checked, but McGillney has it. And looked like it might have been a floater coming, but Savard with the check on McGillney. Puts it right in, and Svoboda puts it in zone. And after the shot, Savard gets a second goal. It's 3-2.
Yeah, first time that Raft's looking a little bit human, just not able to take that puck off the goal line. And, this is a good matchup for Montreal to try and slow down McGillney. They have plenty of weight bug checkers in which to do that with.
And that ends the first period. Well, that was exciting. 3-2 in favor of Montreal. So Scribe with the lead for the first time.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about Montreal is they don't have a bona fide goal scorer. They're more of a defensive team, like AJ said. They're very they're filled with buggers. So trying to keep up scoring with Buffalo is going to be tough, but he's doing it so far. It's 3-2.
And here comes LeBeau with a breakaway opportunity and puts it right on Bodger. Is there now feeding up to LaFontaine. Lets it fly. A lot of traffic in front of Waugh. And a one-timer give and go back to Howardchuk from LaFontaine. It's 3-3. We're all tied up.
Lots of patience there displayed by Raft, just dangling in front with Howardchuk, finding the outlet option to LaFontaine, and then fed it right back to Howardchuk for the goal.
Dampus trying to turn away LaFontaine. We got the EA special. LaFontaine will not be denied. King and Raff on a roll here. It's 4-3. Howardchuk, LaFontaine. Daigneault was in the way, but he got it past him anyway. But now Desjardins dangerously trying to feed it up to Dampus. It's intercepted. Savard picks up the loose puck. Puts it on Fuhr. And a one-timer. Double stacked was Fuhr. Desjardins with the putback from deep in the zone. And it's tied up 4-4.
Unclear if that pass was on purpose to Desjardins, but if it was, what vision to see that the goalie was screened and that there was a window there for Desjardins to squeeze it in.
Puck cleared by Savard, picked up by LeBeau, behind the net, checked by Svoboda. Svoboda picks it up, tries to feed Howardchuk. Pass is missed, but he gets it back. And fighting against the boards against Desjardins. Now Daigneault up to Savard. Savard taken by Svoboda. Dampus picks up the loose puck. Fuhr getting really aggressive here and dives for the puck and freezes it. We have 2:02 remaining tie game here in game 3 of the Hustler tournament. And a lot of checking behind the net. Breakaway to McGillney, and the floater cannot stop McGillney today. Hat trick for McGillney, assisted by Howardchuk. It's 5-4, King Raff.
No, tough to stop McGillney. The second time he's just been left untouched, gone his way to the net, and he cashed in once again.
Oh, almost a putback by LeBeau. He had his own EA special coming, did Scribe. And Patrick Waugh doing really weird things right now. And the turnover, the putback, McGillney with his 4th goal, Howardchuk with his 2nd apple at 6-4, King Raff.
Raft just picking up that loose puck, taking advantage of the awkward goaltending of Waugh here in this game. Just so much speed, it's making even Waugh look like he's a regular goalie out there.
Yeah, Scribe really just needs to slow this game down. He's got to stop the bleeding.
And a slapper from McGillney, but turned away by Waugh. He's good to do that. Svoboda with a breakaway. No, Daigneault is there. And that'll end the period 6-4. Great period here for King Raff.
Go ahead, Cass. What did you think of that period?
Well, I think Scribe has a long way to go. It's 6-4. I don't see Montreal as a team that scores 6 goals. So he's got to come up with something.
And he still has 2 games after this. So
yeah, but he's already in a big hole.
Yep.
You got to remember that too.
Oh, well, that'll help. Fuhr just seemed to be really out of position. They're really far out in front of the crease. And we have a one-timer, and it makes it 6-5. Scribe narrows the lead to 1.
Wasn't clear if Raff accidentally took the goalie, as he was the one that moved Fuhr out of the position that he needed to be in to stop that one-timer.
And almost another one. Savard puts it right on that glove side. Savard taken down by Doug Bodger with authority. Up to Howard Chuck in a sea of players. And Wah goes down. Howard Chuck with the deke. Assisted by Swoboda. And now the net comes off the moorings at 7-5.
Yeah, Scribe just trying everything he can to slow down this offense. Taking the net off the moorings is one way to go about it, but I think the refs put it back on. Indeed they did. We see it now.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Oh, man. Howard Chuck with the feet. Man, just a lot of back and forth. Heavy checking. Dingle, 2. Savard. EA special time. No, but Swoboda in perfect position. The net was open. He was inviting him in. There was consent, but Swoboda says no way. And now a lot of action behind Montreal net. Now Wow finally scoops up a puck. Tries to feed it up to LeBeau, who loses it. Fuhr now has it. Picked up by Howard Chuck, takes the zone. And a lot of traffic in front of Wow there. Don't know how they didn't go in. There were 3 Sabres. And a lot of open net. And the one-timer bounces off with the putback by Howard Chuck. Who scores a Dale Howard Chuck? It's 8-5, and he has a hat trick.
Anybody's going to do this, Raph. He'll score with anybody. He's got the dekes. He's got the putbacks. Everything's working right now.
Yeah,
Pass shot there.
You see Scribe trying to run and gun. You're not running gunning with Buffalo. You're not running gunning with Montreal against Buffalo. He's got to slow the game down.
But that's kind of what the Hustler tournament format is doing. He has to speed it up. He's -12 at this point.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, you're right. But
great patient feed to Dompoos there. It's 9-6.
In a vacuum, if you lose by 3 against Buffalo with Montreal, I mean, that's not the end of the world. But unfortunately, in the state that we're in, this is not the result that Scribe was looking for.
And we now have Savard getting poke checked away. Got to be careful here. Don't want to give this final goal. Turned away and cleared by Dompoos, or Desjardins rather. And 1 second remaining. Nothing will happen at the end of this. So this is going to be your final score, 9-6, and we wait. Game 4 is Scribe. Needs a really big shovel to get out in Game 4 and 5.
You see it's -12 right now. Raph still has Detroit and Toronto. Scribe has Buffalo and Calgary. So we'll see what the next matchup is. I'm going to guess Scribe's going to go with Buffalo.
And I would guess Raph backs that up with Detroit. Just like I said, continuing to push forward with his best teams leading the way and leaving Toronto till the end. When, from his perspective, ideally, it's a moot point.
So we have, is Trefo, is that Schmidt?
Yeah.
All right, so he's trolling us, right? That's pretty characteristic.
Well, I know Scribe, Trefo sitting here saying got to be hardcore to run and gun. Well, I know Scribe doesn't miss goals in Hacksball.
I like how we're bringing the toxic environment of Hacksball now to the 94 streams. It's come full circle.
Just waiting on the update, gentlemen. Trying to figure out what poison we have here in Game 4. Ellis hanging out with us in chat too. How you doing? Raph home. Oh, Raph gets Detroit. How fun is that?
Could you have asked for a better team to be taking this late in the tournament?
Let's go ahead and give him Dino Cicerelli and Steve Yzerman. Let's just do that.
But that said, Detroit is known to have some clunkers at home. They can sometimes be out of sorts on defense. So, and Calgary's a good road team. This is an opportunity still where, maybe Scribe does have that big shovel in the shed, just waiting for an opportunity like this. And if I had to have a tier 1/2 matchup where I had to dig myself out of a hole, this is one I would be, looking at as the front of my list.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Detroit does not have any home bonus, and Calgary, like you said, is a great away team. They have that. So,
can Gary Roberts get the shot on net?
going to need to get a lot of shots on net. And Fleury is actually a good neutralizer in this matchup. He can weight bug check any Detroit player, so long as Dallas Drake doesn't see the ice. If Raf keeps his default forwards out there in some formation, one or another, I mean, this is a really good spot to try and get some transition goals for Calgary. Open up the game. He needs 8-9 goals this game, does Scribe.
So Roberts is out. Reichel is in. Makarov and Fleury are the 3 forwards for Calgary.
Makarov scoops up what happened after that face-off scrum. Suter and Fleury hanging out near the boards. Cicerelli is stopped by Money Earned in Mount Vernon. Theo Fleury tries to do the quick one-timer to Robert Reichel. Makarov can't get the putback. Suter. And help me out, number 5 on defense.
Dahlquist is 5, I believe.
Yeah, it's Dahlquist.
Yeah, Dahl is 4. Dahlquist is 5.
Dahlquist to Makarov. It's time for some Call of Duty. Nope. Oh, Makarov with the headshot. And if he gets another goal, is that a kill streak? It's a 1-0 Calgary.
Yeah, Scribe's going to need some power-ups, and if he can get those close-in headshots with Makarov, it's a step in the right direction.
Makarov trying to get to Fleury near the boards. Cason is there, and a lot of speed bouncing her off there. Yzerman puts a shot on Money Earned in Mountain Vernon, turns him away.
Yeah, that was a big save.
And just around the world, the Paul Coffee. All different flavors of coffee all across the world. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Raf definitely took the scenic route to that one. Got turned away initially on an incredible save by Scribe, and then just too much space there for Coffee, and he comes in like the heyday, Oilers of the heydays in the 80s.
I'm enjoying just the speed back and forth. Things are happening so fast I can't even think straight. Robert Reichel being harassed by Yzerman. Now Suter to Fleury. Poke check near center ice. Reichel comes away with it, puts it on net, and now we have a delayed penalty, and we have a breakaway by Paul Coffey. And turned away. Yes, goal by Juan Valdez. Es buen café.
That was a big save by Scribe. You know, every save he makes, it's a critical one even at this juncture.
Man, I tell you what, Money Earned in Mount Vernon, looking like he wants to audition for this Detroit Red Wings team.
Yeah, a few more Euros, he'll be there. He'll be lifting a Stanley Cup. He's looking to lift a Hustler Cup here first.
That sounds dirty. Ladies. I tell you what, I don't care how this finishes because I'm just the guy that runs the show, I guess. But I was very entertained by Scribe's manual goaltending in that first period. That was outstanding.
Oh yeah, I would agree. He played really. That's his best manual goalie yet this series. That's for sure.
Fedorov to Cicerelli. Round the world. A lot of red in the way. And the white and red responds with Yzerman, Fedorov, Cicerelli score sheet. It's 2-1.
Tic-tac-toe, all from in close range. Vernon's looking great, but that's asking too much of him in that instance.
And intercepted by Yzerman. Stevie Y slows it down, tries to do the flip over the net, and I mean, why not? I mean, when you have this kind of lead, why not get creative and make it entertaining for the fans? Thank you, King Raff, for doing kingly things for us. He cares about his subjects. Makarov loses it. Oh, and pass shot and the putback. No, Fedorov cannot finish it. Dahlquist with a pass and then up to Fleury. Dahlquist can't stop it, and the pass shot from Sergei Fedorov. It's 3-1, King Raff.
Yeah, Raff just showing why it's really difficult to trade punches with him. I mean, Scribe's in this position where he has to, and Raff is the deadliest goal scorer in all of the land.
We're getting complaints from Timo that was offside. Well, there's a lot of that in the way that we play. Suter, we have an active Suter taking a check and putting a shot right on Choldove. Sheldovay, great pass, feeding Fedorov on the wing, delayed penalty. And looks like we're going to have Chris Dahlquist go into the box for 2 minutes. Probably not that long if we see the scoring like we've seen it.
Yeah, you could really see Scribes feeling the pressure. He's down -12 in the goal differential, and he's struggling.
Oh, interference after the goal from Stevie Y. Why not?
Yeah, penalty's well worth it.
Sheldovay just with enough on it to stop it. Reichel puts it on, pass shot, and that's a power play goal. And we've narrowed it to 4-2, assisted by Gary Suter.
That was a crafty little pass shot there by Scribe, threading the needle, really. I mean, that angle was as thin as you can cut it.
That's Reichel, a Uncle Seth favorite right there.
Oh, my God. Cicerella, I don't even know how that got in the net. That was insane.
5-shot power kills. That's my favorite type of one-timer, the come around the net and have your big, huge shooter just slam it in short side. That's just classic on my end, in my view.
That's like just dictating your will. This is what I'm doing, and you can't deal with it. Scribe, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world. He is battling. He is doing everything in his power to deal with the teams he has right now and trying to put points on the board. And King Raff is just, he's doing King Raff things right now.
I can't agree more. It's just, we'd all be looking like this probably in this situation. And Scribe, you know, he's given it everything he's got. We could see it the way he's playing. He's trying every angle he can, trying to trade punches, speed up the game, get the goals going for him. You know, it's the biggest ask in the world right now.
All right, so we got Eiserman at the breakaway floater, glove side, hat trick. Steve Cason with the apple. It's 6-2. We have one more game after this, folks.
Hey, you can see Eiserman right there. He's such a slick skater.
Chris Dahlquist, second penalty of the game, going in for 2 minutes. Well, the good news is I think we only have to average, 7 goals per period the rest of the way, and then Scribe will be in it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was any other type of series, this, you know, if there's a best of 5, this would already be over. So I mean, still an opportunity, no matter how slim it may appear.
I like to just compliment my son for getting me some water. I went through 2 full glasses in 3.5 games. That's what happens when I talk too much.
No, you're doing great, bud. And we needed the radio call like DPS said earlier.
All right, so here comes. Oh, the slap shot. 5-hole. Dino, Cason, Shelvade. It's 7-2. And a slapper by Theo Fleury. And no one wants to pick the puck. Gary Roberts making the game here. Picked up by Paul Coffey. Wanted that pass shot. A little bit of a stutter. Suter to Roberts, intercepted. And now scooped up by Fleury. Fleury with a deke. Oh, a spinnerama, and then came back and beats Shelvade. It's unassisted 7-3. You know, there's still fun goals to be had in this.
Some pretty goals we've seen this series.
I've been told Trojan has a great face for radio. That's like, this has been going on for 20 years, buddy. Get on the bandwagon. What am I saying? Am I not saying Shelvade?
Chevalday. It's Chevalday.
Shit. I am from Wisconsin, and we don't have our own hockey team, so there you go.
Yeah, Timmel is a diehard Detroit Red Wings fan, so no surprise to see him giving us the phonetics on Tim Shovelday.
you go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and I'll start pronouncing it correctly. Well, this game's over. 7-3, King Raph over Scribe. One more game coming for you. Trojan with AJ and Chaos.
So we're going to see a Toronto-Buffalo matchup.
Because that's the only teams they have left.
Yep.
Yep, their hand is forced. The hustle is over. Everyone must reveal themselves at this point.
And I'm sorry, what was the final team for Scribe?
Buffalo.
Thank you. And I don't know if he's going to get the saber dance or not, but
Bottom left.
Thank you.
He's down. He needs to score 16 more than Raph. That's what we're looking
Only?
for here. Only.
At
That's
least
to tie it.
I'm telling you right now,
he
I'm
needs
sorry,
17.
he needs 17 more because he's going to lose the tiebreaker. 17
Raph.
more goals.
People have scored 17
Your-
goals online before.
Hey, Alex McGillney is the guy to do it.
Exactly. If you want it, this is the guy to get it done.
I've just challenged Raph to pull his goalie.
I would actually just change the period length to 10 minutes. Don't tell Raph.
Raph doesn't need any help with his shot accuracy tonight. He's just been firing on all cylinders, and it's not by any shortage of what
We have a
Scribe is putting him out
subscriber!
there.
Mr. T with the subscription. I only need like 100 more of those, and then they'll get like a check for like $100 or something.
I think he's giving you $75 Canadian, which is
Oh, that's like
equivalent to $2.50 US.
How much doggy coin is that? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. Is it Dogecoin or Doggy? I don't know.
Doge.
Doge.
Doge. Corbett, Raph has won every game so far, all four. He's up 16 goals in the differential.
But that's not why we're here. We're having a party. It's an NHL94 party. It's a celebration. This is a long tournament, and Raph was playing in this. Obviously, AJ and Chaos behind the scenes, just doing all of the bookwork, making my life so easy. I was doing really manual boomer type stuff in the spreadsheets, and they made it better for me. So, hey guys, final game. F for respect for these players in chat. And Howard suck. Losing it. LaFontaine is there. Wendell Clark on the wing.
Trefo, if I remember, you only paid $14.99.
All right, so Scribe striking first with McGildy from Howard Chuck. It's 1-0. That's 15 more to go.
Scribe right on pace. If he keeps going like this, he'll have 30 goals.
And Wendell Clark just destroyed by Pat LaFontaine into the zone. And a putback, 2 shots. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Hockman just laying down on the job. I don't know what he was doing before the game, if he was drinking or had a weird pregame meal, but that puck just trickled right under him.
I think it's time to pull Fuhr and go 6 skaters the rest of the game for Buffalo.
Who's the backup for Fuhr?
Dominic Hasek.
Yeah, Hasek.
Oh, okay.
And there's a third too, right, AJ?
Yeah, Rick Wamsley.
Yeah, that's right.
The Leafs not
No,
looking
no,
so
Tom
hot
Draper.
right now. Tom Draper's pretty bad, isn't he?
He would be on my starting lineup in this tournament if I had selected Buffalo.
I don't have any like. I'm drinking water. I ain't gonna have to piss later. Is this Gill here, centering pass?
23 would be Gill.
Yep. And
He's
then
out there.
16 is that Anderchuk or is that Borshevsky?
Borchevsky.
Thank you. Doug Gilmore, not Gill-less. And he gets someone cheated there.
That was Howard check out the penalty.
Tom Draper was good and mad. Chad I'm glad you guys are hanging. I was wondering where everyone was tonight. This was the finals. We endured all of this. There were 21 of us to start. I know this Indio's been rocking some SNES games tonight. Thanks to him for making sure there's coverage for that as well. A lot of games we played there. But welcome to the finals, Game 5. Dave Ellett, Trojan with AJ and Chaos. We got a 4-on-4, excuse me. Now in the face-off in the Toronto zone. Gilmore taken down. And Mogilny destroyed. Board check is missed by Svoboda. And there is I don't know if that was an actual shot, but you just beat him floating the other way, and it's 2-1 thanks to Doug Gilmour.
So wait, Borshevsky ruined your childhood, not the Devils sweeping you in, what was that, 95?
Turned away by Fuhr there. Now we got a breakaway from McGillney. Pass shot, put back. Are you kidding me? 3-1. He's a little behind pace, but let's go. Let's go. Let's make it. I want an overtime game. Well, no, it won't matter. No. He has to win it outright.
Yeah, just a nice goal there. Just walk it right in. I always love those goals where you don't have to hit the shoot button.
Oh, so beautiful spin around the pass to Doug Gilmour. For the one-timer, it's 3-2. King Raff is, he's had enough.
He's not going to entertain us with any type of a comeback here by Scribe. It looks like just nasty one-timer, but then there's another nasty one-timer right there, beating the manual goalie.
Moggs with the hat trick with 6 seconds remaining in the first period. It's 4-2 Scribe.
Pat's already down on the ice for Buffalo now. The other 4 players just need to join in.
And trying to go for that 5-hole pass shot to end the period when Scribe. And, wow, a lot of body checks in that period.
And a lot of shots for Buffalo. That's certainly the right approach.
Borshevsky with their long-range EA special. And LaFontaine. The crash in on Potvin seems to be working right now.
That was Howard Chuck with the save right there.
R.I.P. Dale Howard-Chuck. When you passed away, I said I wouldn't make fun of you anymore, but you're not real. You're a video game now. Here comes Swoboda. Simo Gilney. Mr. T, Scribe needs to win by 16 goals. Actually 17, because he has to win outright. Because he's lost 4 of these 5 games. Okay, LaFontaine creating space. McGillney gets the loose puck, but puts it right on Potvin. Tries to feed it up. Schmelik has it. Borshevsky to Gilmour. Gilmour puts it on. Oh, he gets the putback, and Todd Gill with the assist from Doug Gilmour. It's 4-3.
You mentioned Gill's name earlier in this game, and there he is. He's looking to make a mark, and is able to put that one away.
And a floater from Howard-Chuck. Ellett was in the way. Potvin now back up to Ellett. Checked on the boards. Ellett went down. And a shot from Gilmour to put back and possible interference penalty. Doug Gilmour going to the box. This will give Scribe an opportunity potentially to get more offensive pressure. I don't see a 17-goal difference coming out of this. But if he can get a win, it's a moral victory.
Certainly. There's been no question about his compete level in this 5-game series with Raff. He's continuing to put in the work here to make a best of an effort as he can.
And I like to also point out that I appreciate them seeing it all the way out to the end, despite the odds here, and just grinding out this last game. For all the fans out there, and I guess I use some of these downtimes just to mention, if you are just stumbling on this either during or after the fact, we do various Genesis, NES, and SNES style qualifier tournaments. We have had ice hockey already so far this season. We've had a custom draft Genesis League, and this is the tournament that followed the ice hockey. And they'll end the second period 4-3. And now, as we go into the final period here in Game 5, final Game 5, I'd like to just take a moment and thank everyone that's been a part of this. Chaos, Angry Jay, King Raff have done a tremendous job keeping everything organized, continually updating scores. All 3 have done broadcasting. Chris O has also contributed in the virtual booth, as it were. And everyone who's participated, all 21 of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. With the entries collected now from the Super Nintendo tournament, we are now over $500, almost $600. And there's a pass shot from Gilmore with the hat trick. So almost $600 now have been added to our eventual live event prize pool. That's before we collect any entries at all for said live event. So I'd like to thank everyone for that as well. And there's a putback. Cullen with a loose puck there right in front. That was an easy putback, and Toronto now up 5-4.
Yeah, in Toronto, I actually prefer Cullen over Clark. I know Clark's got the shot. He's just a crappy skater.
And turn away a Potvin manual goalie by King Raff, who had been trailing in most of this game. Cullen, and there's a putback, and that is going to be hard to get those 2 goals back. Gilmore now with his 4th, assisted by Cullen and Nikolai Borshevsky. It's 6-4 King Raff.
Yeah, Raff just taking advantage of the aggressive checking by Buffalo to try and recapture the puck, and just a classical one-timer to punish that.
Turnover almost led to a 7th goal. McGillney and a one-timer to LaFontaine and the vacant net, but there is now a face-off. Looks like the rebound, he got it out just in time, and they blew the whistle. 6-4 now. And one-timer to Howard Chuck. He was trying to feed McGillney. And a one-timer, that's the 7th goal. Doug Gilmore with his 5th goal. Borshevsky with his 4th apple. Potvin with his 1st assist. Those of you that are just following, we're going to have a lot of games for Super Nintendo coming up. Borshevsky getting on the scoreboard, 8-4 here. King Raff should consider pulling his goalie here with 1:17 remaining.
Yeah, Raff, just from the beginning of the tournament to the end, he's really shown his ability at this game. Just moving all of his low-tiered teams out of the way in the beginning and leaving himself with plenty of good teams here in the final, and he's taken full advantage of their use.
Yeah, I think in a tournament like this, that semifinal round, it's really important what team, you got to really figure out what teams you want to leave for the finals. And I mean, Raff had a great selection of the teams to play with.
Well, congratulations to Raff. Hop in our call for interview. Gee, guys. All right, just send a message on to these guys quick. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. This has been just a tremendous run by King Raff here, and I'll have to get his words on this. So let's see if we can get him in to join us for an interview. But King Raff, your Hustler champion for Genesis here in 2021. He's going to grab his headphones and join us in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange the scene and bring us out of the emulator and pull our call over here.
Raff is also in the Super Nintendo Hustler, so he's going to look to win both sides if he can. He's already off to a good start in Super Nintendo.
And I'll talk to that a little bit. So we don't allow repeat champions in the same system, or at least the same. So if you're playing in a Genesis-based tournament and you win Genesis-based tournament, King Raff can't enter any more Genesis-based qualifiers that we might run. But you can enter SNES and you can do the Nintendo ones. Just like you couldn't, you were a fill-in for Red Army who had to drop out of this tournament. But it looks like King Raff is going to come in. Let's bring him in. Don't know if we're going to have camera or not, but Raff, can you hear us? If you have any, hey, look, I see King Raff there. Congratulations to you, sir. And if you have any questions in chat for King Raff, please drop them in there and we'll read them to you. Yeah, I mean, we were really nervous there that you're going to give up 17 goals there after the first 2 minutes of that game. Oh, no, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself, buddy.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yay, technology.
Yeah. No. No. Scribe started off that game with like two quick ones, and it was funny because for a half a second I was like, oh wow, I got to be careful here. But then yeah, I was fortunate enough to have a huge lead, and yeah, that fifth game was out of hand at that point.
So, of this entire tournament, Scribe clawed and fought in that, but just seemed a little bit overmatched today. Throughout your experience in this, did you find having to take some of these lower teams against certain players to be problematic for you? How did you feel about the tournament as a whole, as far as the format?
I love this tournament. I think it's really unique and interesting. I think in the opening rounds, I was fortunate where I was using some of the lower tier teams, but my opponents either selected lower tier teams as well. Because the biggest concern you have is you pick first and you pick a lower tier team, and then someone's picked Chicago, Detroit, top tier team, and then you're either struggling to just try not to lose by 5 or 6. But if you blow one game, you may be out with early in the tournament. So it was a little scary, but for me, it didn't really come into play too much in the opening round. So I was fortunate and then able to just sort of end up in the finals with 5 teams I really like.
Angry Jane Chaos, any questions you'd like to pose to King Raph about his performance today and throughout the tournament?
I'd actually bring up what Raph was saying about the team selection. I think how he was saying, a lot of people were selecting the lower tier teams in the first round and stuff. I think the next time, this kind of format's used in the tournament, I think it'll be a little bit more challenging, because I think people will wake up to the fact that, hey, I can't stick with Ottawa, Florida, San Jose, Anaheim in the first round. I can't get rid of all of them. I got to choose at least one team I'm familiar with, get a big lead, and then, then you could kind of burn off some of the bad teams. It's tricky.
Yeah.
It's a great format. I really like the format.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a little bit of a cat and mouse chess game, because it's whoever picks that first team. Do you have the guts to pick a lower tier team? And if I was matching up, let's say against AJ here, and do I say Anaheim? Trust me, I would be holding my breath, waiting to hear does he go out with Chicago or something, and that's going to be a tough one. Or on the flip side, you say, well, it's a good opportunity. We could have a good game. Maybe one of us wins by 1 or 2, not insurmountable. So it is definitely interesting, and I would love to see this tournament run again.
Angry J, any comments, concerns, questions about your experience and what you observed from King Raph throughout the tournament?
Concerns, those pass shots, those one-timer attempts, the way you're moving the puck around with the speed I saw tonight, that's a concern. Please don't do that anymore. But question, you actually kind of reversed your approach with team selection in the final. I noticed you front-loaded your lineup as best you could, as opposed to using Toronto, who your weakest team was, first. Yeah. Why the change in the finals as opposed to the previous rounds?
Yeah, it's a good point, and that's exactly what I did. My strategy for the finals was take home every time I could, so I knew I was going to be probably forced to pick first. But honestly, you're left with the 5 teams. I liked all of those teams, so I didn't really care who I picked. But given the chance to go first, I'm just going to leave Toronto for the end. It's just one of those things. I do prefer to play with the high-powered teams. I did not expect. I think game 2 was like 6-0. And I was really fortunate on that one. I just, and even game 1 had a lot of bounces go my way. Like Scribe played way better than that result. So when you get 2 fortunate games, at that point was just, mentally, I'm like, all right, I had to play a lot more easy, no pressure on me. Whereas I think Scribe had the opposite problem, where he's like, man, I got to score. Not only do I have to win, I got to score by like 5, 6, 7. And it's a really, really tough position to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the TSN turning point of this series was game 1. Maybe it was like a minute and a half left. It was 3-2, 3-2 Raph, and then Modano missed the net. Cornell got injured, and and then Scribe gave up two quick goals within the last minute of the game, and after that, I mean, that was just
it's huge. Yeah, I totally agree. And there was another play, I can't remember, but I know that first game I was like, wow, I came out with +3, and it felt like I lost that game almost. It was like Scribe played really well. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Sometimes you get those bounces, and in the interesting structure that this is, that pressure continues to mount. It's not like you lose one game. Now you're down 3 goals because it accumulates.
Yep.
So that worked to my advantage, just a mountain for Scribe to climb. You just get crushed by that weight. Honestly, you can tell.
Some questions coming in, some probably not so serious. Timo says, why doesn't Raph play on my all-star diamond level Rocket League team? Maybe you guys can get together offline about that. How do you get into those pass shot grooves, says Mr. T, NHL94? If there's anything you want to pass off to the plebs out here as far as your advice on that.
Yeah, well, Timo, I am diamond, so I'll be happy to join you and play some Rocket League. There's a couple guys who actually play that. Mr. T, I think we've talked about this ad nauseum about it's really, and for everyone out there, I really am late on putting this together. But as far as really setting up the bash shots, you could see there's now got to be, goodness, hours and hours of video on it. So there's no real secret other than on the more popular ones I do is the one when you're coming across, you put the stick sort of lined up against the post, assuming that the goalie is going the other way. It's almost like a deke, but just from far away. And the trick, if you want to call it that, is really just down and beat, right? So if you could just time that, practice that in penalty shot mode, practice that in like a 2v2 or 1 versus 0 ROM, down and, or if you're going up, it's up and B. So those straightforward ones, it's just looking where the puck is, where the goalie is, and then finding that opportunity. Now, it's easy to do in practice. It's like anything in game. That's just going to take time to develop, where you develop that skills, that insight or knowledge of when you're seeing the game unfold, when's a good opportunity to do this and when isn't it? Because I feel like people get a little too excited about pass shots and start just trying them a lot, and it actually takes their game back. You got to mix in pass shots, rebound goals, dekes, one-timers, of course, EA specials, everything you can, and when not to do it. Sometimes it's better just to stay there and wait and kill time. So, but all of that together, when you can execute a pass shot and have your opponent thinking about it, it gives you another advantage as well, because they'll tend to immediately start blocking the left side, and you can just sometimes come in with an easy deke.
Timo wants to know, why did King Raph use Bob Probert in the second to last game? Is this to run the score up more?
If I did, it was just I think with Detroit, they were so on fire. I didn't even know who was on the ice. Someone must have gotten injured if Probert made it onto the ice.
And then let's see, does Raph use a 6-button controller when he plays SNES?
I hope he uses an 8-button controller.
That's from Schmidt, and yes, I do use. Oh, when I play SNES, yeah, I use the actual authentic SNES controller. So with an adapter, 8 buttons.
And I just want to comment. DPS said you got to make the great players pay by choosing bad teams and get them out of the tournament if possible. And I think there was one point, it was either you or another high-profile player that was sort of in that danger zone where maybe was SOH in your first round group?
Yeah, he was.
And I think he bottom tier instead of taking top tier against you. I think he had opportunity potentially. Obviously, you got to play the games. That's why we do this. But I think he decided to try to extend his own tournament round as opposed to looking to the future instead of burning, let's say, a Detroit or a Chicago. And King Raph emerged. That would have been something else. But instead, you're going to get yourself some dough. So I'll be sending you some of that. And you now have free entry into our eventual live event, assuming we have something in 2022. If we don't, we'll host it online. We'll see how that shapes out. So, guys, Chaos, AJ, anyone else, anything you'd like to pose to King Raph?
Do we want to bring up the SNES tournament at all and address that?
Well, we just want to mention that is live now. Our Super Nintendo Hustle tournament is going on, and Indio and myself have been streaming games already for that. Anyone that wants to stream games that's in that certainly can on their own channel, but if not, we are happy, able, and willing to stream those games right here, or or with Indio or whoever else is doing that. We want to make sure you guys are entertained, you guys see the games, and I encourage Schmidt, if you want to troll us during the SNES broadcast, by all means. And no, you don't get $15 per game you don't play. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. So I guess on that note, guys, thank you. Thank you all for being part of this. Thanks for watching it. It's been going on a couple months now. It kind of went by in a hurry, and it kind of didn't. But I couldn't have done it the way that it rolled out as smoothly as it did, the way that you guys involved. King Raf with your spreadsheet dissection, all three of you with the data entry, and then all three of you, as well as Chriso, who I hopefully catches this at some point, with the broadcasting. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you for running the tournament.
Yeah, man, this was a
It
blast.
was a success.
Oh, and thank you to Thule for his
Thank you.
idea. It was his idea. So thank you, Thule, for putting that together for Tecmo, and here we are. So we'll continue the fun. I'll continue to take the free labor from you guys to score entry for Super Nintendo. All right, guys. For everyone else that's here in chat, I'm Trojan. These guys are awesome. You're awesome. And you have a good night. Take care.
You too.
Cheers, guys.